Today, we are diving deep into one of the most gripping and adrenaline pumping genres in cinema, the thriller. Thrillers are designed to keep audiences on the edge of their seats. But what does it take to write and direct a truly effective thriller? So let's break it down and understand the elements of a thriller genre. Whether you're an aspiring screenwriter or a director, understanding the essentials of this genre is key to crafting a film that leaves a lasting impact. So let's break down the essential elements of the thriller genre, explore its subgenres, and discuss how you can write and direct them like a pro. My name is Nitish Parakil. I'm a writer, director, producer with over 15 years of experience in the film industry. I've done over 150 TV commercials, 2 feature-length films, and several TV shows under my belt. I've written several movie scripts, and specifically in thriller genre. By the end of the video, you will understand how the thriller genre works and how to incorporate that into writing it into your screenplay and how to direct it. So what exactly is a thriller? At its core, the thriller genre is all about creating suspense and excitement. The plot usually revolves around a crime, mystery, or high-stakes situations that the protagonist must navigate. Often with time running out, but what really sets thrillers apart is the ability to evoke intense emotions, fear, anxiety, anticipation, making you feel like you're right there in the action.
Why don't you look at yourself and write down what you see? Maybe you're afraid to.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
But as a filmmaker, how do you translate these emotions from script to screen? Thrillers are built on tension. And as a writer, your goal is to create a script that keeps the reader or eventually the audience hooked from start to finish. Start by focusing on a strong, compelling premise. What's at stake? What's the ticking clock that drives your story forward?
What's it? I'm only burning my half. All you care about is money. This town deserves a better class of criminal. Everything burns.
Remember, in thrillers, the plot often moves very fast. So keep your scenes tight and your dialogue sharp. Every line and every moment should serve to escalate the tension. When it comes to directing, maintaining that tension visually is crucial. Use pacing to your advantage. Slow down the moments that build suspense and speed up the action sequence.
We are tonight's entertainment. I only have one question. Where is Harvey Dent? You know where Harvey is? You know who he is?
Hands up, pretty boy.
Do you know where I can find Harvey? I need to talk to him about something. Just something little, huh? No.
Alfred Hitchcock, the master of suspense, was famous for his ability to control pacing and create tension. He used tight framing, shadows, and silence to build anticipation, making the audience hold their breath before the big reveal. As a director, consider how your camera angles, lighting, and sound design can all work together to enhance the suspenseful moments in your film. I made another video specifically on Alfred Hitchcock and things that we don't know about him. You should check that out. I will leave that video at the description. But not all thrillers are the same. The genre is incredibly diverse with several subgenres that brings their own unique flavor to the table. Let's break down some of the most popular subgenres and how you can approach writing and directing them. First up, we have the psychological thriller. These films delve deep into the human mind, exploring themes of mental illness, obsession, and the darker side of human nature. When writing a psychological thriller, focus on character development. Your protagonist and often your antagonist should have complex psychological profiles that drive the story.
And you're gonna walk out the
Yeah,
door now?
yeah.
You're a fucking coward. No, you can't go on like this.
Oh, really?
I won't.
You won't? You won't? Why, it's not good enough for you?
It's not even close.
What scared me wasn't that he'd pushed me. What scared me was how much he wanted to hurt me more. What scared me was that I'd finally realized I am frightened of my own husband.
Think about how internal conflicts manifest externally. Films like Black Swan and Shutter Island are great examples where the protagonist's mental state becomes central to the plot. This is my favorite genre in the entire set of thrillers. Most of the films that I've written and I'm writing are psychological thrillers. Probably because of my background as a psychologist helps me to write compelling stories which are psychologically driven. The key element with psychological thrillers is how you build a character. My upcoming movie Ego is also a psychological thriller, starring Arshad Varsi and Juhi Chawla. Nirud Tanwar, Gawar Khan, Prakash Belawadi, Jitendra Joshi are some of the cast that we have in the film. Psychological thrillers are extremely character-driven. How we set the character, what their motivations are, what are their fears, what are the psychological internal struggles which is reflecting in the external world are extremely essential when it comes to psychological thrillers. If you like a separate chapter specifically to psychological thrillers, I would love to do that. Please let me know in the comment and I'll make a video for you. As a director, your challenge is to visually represent these psychological struggles. Use symbolism, surreal imagery, and distorted perspectives to convey the character's mental state. The goal is to immerse your audience in the protagonist's psyche, making them question what's real and what's imagined. Experiment with camera techniques like Dutch angles or tight close-ups to create a sense of unease and disorientation. Next, there is a crime thriller, a subgenre that blends elements of mystery, drama, and high-stakes action. Crime thrillers often revolve around a central mystery or criminal activity.
What you do for a living? These things you see.
You have to wear blinders sometimes. Most times.
When writing a crime thriller, your plot should be tightly woven, with twists and turns that keeps the audience guessing. Focus on creating a compelling antagonist, whether it is a criminal mastermind or a corrupt system, a politician or someone in power, and build a narrative around the protagonist's pursuit of justice or truth. Films like The Silence of the Lambs and Zodiac are masterclasses in crafting intricate plots that slowly unravel, revealing the true nature of the crime. As a director, you'll want to create a gritty, immersive world that feels grounded in reality. Use locations, costumes, and props that reflect the underbelly of society. Consider using handheld cameras to create a documentary-like feel which can add to the intensity and realism of the film. Sound design is also crucial. Use it to build tension and highlight the suspenseful moments, whether it's the echo of footsteps in the dark alley or the sudden silence before an attack.
Just down in the basement. Not many people have basements in California.
I do. Come in, Mr. Grayson.
You live alone?
Most dangerous game. ran in May '69. So that would be about 9 weeks before the first Zodiac glitter, correct?
Are you sure there's nobody else in the house?
Would you like to go upstairs and check?
No. Thank you. Thanks for everything.
You're welcome.
Another popular subgenre is the action thriller.
In this wasteland, I am the one who runs from both the living and the dead. A man reduced to a single instinct.
Which combines high-octane action with suspenseful plots. Action thrillers require a balance between intense action sequences and a gripping storyline.
Shaking them!
When writing an action thriller, make sure your action scenes are not just spectacle but serve the plot and character development. The stakes should be high, and the protagonist's journey should be one of survival, often against overwhelming odds.
Hi, there's a gun on.
Rome, it's the quiet car. Gotta use your small inside voice in here, son.
There's a gun.
Films like Die Hard and Mad Max Fury Road are perfect examples where the action is relentless, but the story never loses focus. Directing an action thriller means paying close attention to choreography, pacing, and spatial awareness. Plan your action sequences meticulously, using storyboards and pre-visualization to ensure clarity and impact. Quick cuts, dynamic camera movements, and precise sound effects are essential in keeping the audience engaged and on the edge of their seats. Remember, the best action scenes are not just about explosions, but about what they reveal about the characters and their journey.
You stab me?
We'll ruin your life the way you ruin mine.
Dude, I don't even know you!
Finally, let's explore the supernatural thriller, where the lines between reality and the supernatural blur.
To rest.
Writing a supernatural thriller involves creating an eerie atmosphere and a sense of dread. The supernatural element should be woven into the story in a way that feels both inevitable and terrifying. Subtlety is key. Often what's left unseen is more frightening than what's shown. Films like The Sixth Sense and the others masterfully build suspense through suggestion and carefully timed reveals. As a director, focus on creating an unsettling atmosphere.
Almost a week ago, the servants disappeared. You mean they just vanished?
Through lighting, sound, and pacing. Use shadows, flickering lights, and unconventional angles to create a sense of unease. Sound design is particularly important in supernatural thrillers. Think of the eerie silence that precedes a ghostly appearance, or the unsettling hum of background noise that puts the audience on edge. The goal is to keep the audience in a constant state of tension and never quite sure what's lurking in the shadows. So there you have it. A guide to writing and directing some of the most popular subgenres within the thriller genre. Whether you're crafting a psychological mind bender, a gritty crime story, a high-stakes action film, or a chilling supernatural tale, the key is to master the art of suspense. Build your tension, develop your characters, and use every tool at your disposal to keep your audience glued to the screen. This video is meant for writers who who already understands the basics of screenplay. The exposition, how do you set up a space, the call to action and the refusal to call to action. These are all the basics. If you're an aspiring writer or director, I hope this breakdown gives you the insights you need to create your own thrilling stories. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow filmmaker, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on screenwriting, directing, and the art of cinema. Until next time, keep writing, keep filming, and remember, the thrill is in the suspense. See you in the next one.